Yields back. It is now my pleasure to recognize the gentlewoman from Illinois who comes from a law enforcement family, Representative Sherry Bustos.
Thank you, Congresswoman Val Demings, for putting this together. We're grateful to you. Mr. Speaker, I rise to recognize National Police Week. I stand here today, my heart full of gratitude. Gratitude for the brave police officers who saved our lives, who saved the lives of the staff who were here on January 6th, who saved our nation from suffering further harm at the hands of those who would see our democracy destroyed. It was January 6th, and many of us stood on this floor. I was with many of the people here today. That afternoon, when the armed mob broke into our nation's capital and threatened us, targeted us, hunted us. And in the moment that they reached that door right there, the one just a few rows back, and began to shatter the glass on that door, it was just a handful of police officers who bravely stood in their way. It was in that moment that my thoughts were, as a mother, as a daughter, as a citizen, thoughts of legislation and budgets and parliamentary rules were not on my mind. What I wanted to do that day, and those of us who were on the floor that day, we just wanted to live. But it was our Capitol police officers who stood up, stepped up, fought back that mob. They protected all of us that day. They put their lives on the line. One even made the ultimate sacrifice to keep us and to keep our democracy safe. It wasn't until after those terrifying moments, when we reached a secure room, that I saw a text from my husband, who's the sheriff of Rock Island County, where we live and have lived for 30-plus years. He reminded me that the Capitol Police were there to protect us and to listen to them. He could not have been more right. Shortly after that day, after we returned to the chamber where our lives had been in jeopardy, I shared my experiences. Here's what I wrote. I feel sure that the Capitol Police saved countless lives. I don't think that America yet fully comprehends just how close we came to seeing members of the U.S. House and the U.S. Senate kidnapped, held hostage, or perhaps even murdered. That mob had legal intent. But it is because of our Capitol Police, because they risked their lives, because Brian Sicknick gave his life, that I could walk through that door and stand here on this floor today and speak to you. And I speak with gratitude. Earlier this year, I was proud to vote to pass a bill awarding the Capitol Police a Congressional Gold Medal. It is my hope that the Senate will pass this legislation soon. But today, I am so proud to be able to stand here to recognize National Police Week, a week to say thank you, and to recognize those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. This year, 394 names were added to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial. Thank you to those 394 officers. Thank you to the 9 Illinois police officers whose lives were part of that list. And as the wife of a sheriff, let me say that 394 is too many. 9 is too many. Thank you to my husband of 35 years. I'm sorry. I think that's right, Jerry, if you're watching. Thank you to my husband. He has been in law enforcement for 38 years. I do know that number. But thank you for his service to our community and his career in law enforcement. And thank you to the men and women in law enforcement who sacrifice and serve and protect others every single day. Congresswoman Demings, I yield back the remainder of my time.